What's up, y'all? It is Wednesday, the 30th of July. And we're going to come at you with a pretty detailed garden update. Show you everything that's going on here. There's all kinds of cool things happening everywhere. Flowers all over the place. Watermelons all over the place. Getting pretty big. You can see them down here, getting pretty big. It's about, I don't know, number 1 soccer ball sized. That's cool. But yeah, it's been getting pretty hectic. It's like a jungle in here. It's hard to find out where to go without making anything break off. As you can see, they start to damage some of the tips. As you walk by, you bonk them, you break a tomato off, you have a sad day. A little tomato eulogy for our fallen homies. But it happens because you got to do your maintenance. And speaking of which, we're a little overdue on that right now. You can see the tops of the tomatoes in general are all reaching the tops of the trellis. Tops of the cucumbers exceeding the tops of the trellis. Some of the squash plants bent over here. Yeah, it's about time we do some maintaining. So what I did before this video was went through and defoliated the bottoms of a lot of the tomato plants, so you can see there's really good airflow on the bottoms. The stalks are pretty much exposed. I got rid of a lot of the diseased leaves. There's still a few hanging around, but it's getting to be mid to late summer, so this stuff is starting to happen. But you can see all the leaves I've pulled out. And then there's another equal pile over on that side, outside of the garden. So, but what we're gonna do is run through all the plants real quick and kind of give a real quick health update and report on the fruit and everything. And then we'll see how things are going as far as the garden goes in mid to late July 2025. It's late July now. It's the 30th, so that's late. It's a creature. Creature? Stop making creature sounds. Alright, let's see if I can find a way to step through here. Maybe like this. Simmer down, simmer down. Okay. Alright. Progress report. Sweet 100, exceeding the top of the trellis. And we've got the first truss finally getting some color here, and they should be ripening up within the next week. And lots more fruit set on this one. Sun Peach number 1. Finally starting to change color. These fruit are nice and chunky, decent sized. Lots of fruit set on this one as well. Sun Peach number 2. This one's a little bit farther along color wise. And we'll pause when the police car goes by, I think. So tons of fruit on this one. Look at that. And these ones are both leaned over already. Ambulance. Okay. They're leaned over already, but if you notice, they're still extending basically up past the top of the trellis. And compared to where I've strapped things last, we are quite a ways from there. So we need to lower things and strap them, otherwise it's going to snap right here when the plant grows a little bit more. Same right here, that's the last place it was strapped. It goes way out there. So time to fix that. So Sun Gold number 1. Already picked a few fruit here. You can see the other sets coming along nicely. And then we'll slide this over. And Sun Gold number 2 is here. Goes like this. It's got a set over there with some ripe fruit. Go up here. Got another set with a ripe one at the end. And some more coming along. Bunch more. Bunch more. Bunch more. Bunch more. Also past the top of the trellis. Also about 2 feet beyond where I strapped it last. So it's time. Sun Gold number 3 starts there. Comes this way. First set of fruit down there. Already picked some. Over here. Big set. Another big set right there. Another huge set right there. Double splitter. More. 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 Take this way. Step through. Okay. Honey drop number 1. It's the first set of fruit right there. Second set starting to ripen up. These are more of a yellow shade on this one. And if you notice, the honey drop number 2 is more of an orange shade. So here's honey drop number 2. And then honey drop number 1 behind it. See how it's a little bit more yellowy? Anyways, honey drop number 1 going all the way up, getting more and more fruit. Also extending past the top of the trellis. Honey drop 2 doing the same thing. Tons of fruit on these as well, as you can see. Big clusters, so that's good. Blush number 1. Setting lots of these guys. Looking good. Blush number 2, same deal. This one's starting to change color over here a little bit. Clusters and clusters and clusters and clusters. And now we're starting to get to the legit. Black cherry is a big boy. Look at this. That's a lot of tomatoes on one cluster. And they're big. It's looking good. More here. I knocked a few off that had blossom end rot. Left all the ones that didn't. Another huge cluster forming here. Look at this. Black cherry is almost like a multiflora variety, like a berry's crazy. Like it gets these big clusters rather than the sweet 100 style, just like the single stem with 2 on either side. Yeah, see. We've got to strap the clusters up so they don't fall over. Got the first black cherries starting to ripen up over here. They're gonna be another week or so. But black cherries are big. It's hard to convey, but they're about an inch wide. They're a lot bigger than like some of the other cherry tomatoes. So, and then we got Bloody Butcher looking like it's at the maximum amount of fruit that it can set before some of these start ripening up, and maybe I just gave it a little bit too much of the flower nutrient and just gave it a case of the multifloras. But I knocked off any fruit that had any blossom end rot on the green giants as well. So we got this one going on green giant number 1. These have dropped the blossoms, but I bet you this one will set now that I've cut the other fruit off. And same deal with these. The fruit have never set up here because I had a bunch down here ripening up. We got that one. We got a couple of big boys down there. So the green giants are doing well. Chinese 5-color peppers starting up. They were green. Now they're turning purple. This guy just landed in my ear. Asiatic garden beetle. We got Virginia sweets here, popping out a bunch of fruit. Looking decent. No blossom end rot on these bad boys. Some more here. Little babies. Gold medal. Popping out. Gold medal. We got a Chef's Choice orange. Looks like it's about to be getting some color. A little bit of a tinge to it there. See that? Still kind of hard, but almost at the breaker stage. We got the 2 Caspian pinks. This one's doing really well. Setting some fruit. Same here. 2 of them there. 2 big ones. See them? And then another decent one here. I feel like the Caspian pink. It actually puts out some decent tasting tomatoes. Got a Chef's Choice pink here. Nice cluster there of decent sized ones. Another nice cluster. They're looking pretty uniform. That's cool. That's cool. And then, bro, look at this bread and salt mega bloom. This thing's a monster. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this out of here. Look at the size of this one tomato. It's probably like 8 inches wide. This one tomato is bigger than my watermelon currently. What the hell? What the helly? And then these bread and salts are coming along nicely over here as well. A whole bunch of them. Nice cluster. Now we gotta step through without knocking off cherry tomatoes. Okay. Get bread and salts, and then the Abraham Lincoln here. No, this is Brandy Boy. I'm sorry. Brandy Boy's getting some nice chunguses. It's like 4 of them, but they're all like very uniform and very big. And they're starting to get pale, so it looks like they're about to be ripening up soon. And I bet you once those ripen, I slice them off, we'll get some more fruit set on there. And then we got the Abraham Lincoln here. Big boys as well. Looking nice. Cherokee purples. Oh, there's one. I missed. A couple blossom end rots. That's what blossom end rot looks like, folks. So we just chuck them. There's one too. Rather let the plant devote energy into fruit that don't have it. And it's an early season thing. The plant has some trouble uptaking. There's a little bit of in this one here, but not too bad. These ones all look good. These are all Cherokee purples as well. So, but yeah, it has a problem uptaking calcium, and that's basically what does it. But yeah, here's the perspective on how much fruit is just hanging off of these vines here. When I look down the way, it's like, that's a lot of stuff that I'm gonna have to eventually pick. All hanging off there, all these little clusters. Everywhere you look, there's stuff hanging down. So, that's a good problem to have in tomato land. So, we'll go to watermelon land next. And borage and snapdragon land. So we got the watermelon plants laid down on the ground mostly. I got borage doing the same thing. It's kind of all bent over and going places, doing things. So you can see the watermelons here. They're getting some decent size to them. The snapdragons over there, blossoming away. Got some yarrow here. Eventually it might flower, I don't know. I don't know when it flowers. It looks cool though. Yeah, all the borage has kind of fallen over, and now it's like all these different shoots popping up everywhere. So I got borage, all these different ones everywhere. And the snapdragon here is white. It just popped out its first blooms. And you can see all the stalks that are going to be popping off with that. So we got all this purple flowers, and we're going to have the white flowers, and the red flowers, and the watermelons going ham. So it's looking good. And then in the beginning of the video you saw honey nut squash. That's the first one that pollinated. Nice and chunky, getting big. Got some suckers going off on the sides of these, but we'll follow the vine up here. Here's another one that just pollinated. Oh, looks like that's an abort. It didn't pollinate, so we can pull that guy. Actually, this stem is so tough. It's hard to pull these. You can tell if it didn't pollinate, if it gets all like that. Let's see. Up here. Oh, there's a good one. Yeah. So, those are going. I just harvested a bunch of cucumbers this morning off of here, like 5 of them. And so this one's starting to go. And that one there is starting to go. That one's starting to go, I think. There. So that's cool. Got 3 to pull off of here probably tomorrow. Just letting them fatten out a little bit more in the middle there. The mojito plants, they're okay-ish, but they're looking like they're starting to struggle with disease. I'm getting a lot of weird wilting and a lot of weird shaped fruit, and some of the fruit isn't particularly crispy feeling. It's kind of like mushy, you know what I mean? So something funky going on there, some sort of bacterial diseases or something, because even the growth tips, like look at, it's dying off. Something funky going on. We just picked the summer squash this morning. There's another one right there about ready to go, which is cool. I love the striped patterns on those. Let's see here. This is the one I picked off this morning, so this one's got no babies yet. Some more starting up there. This one's gonna have one in a couple days there. Picked a zucchini off of here this morning as well. Looking pretty good. I'm not seeing much signs of any vine borers or anything. Zucchini there we can probably pick off maybe tomorrow. And there's some more over there going. There's a primocane for a raspberry that I'm gonna have to strap up. And then yeah, the raspberry trellis system seems to be doing its job. Everything's kind of, you know, strapped the way it needs to be, and it's made a U-shaped little raspberry cluster that I'll be able to harvest from. So that's good. The broccoli's starting to bolt over there. I knew it was going to be a little bit too late. Some of it's got a little bit of a head. I might harvest that one right there. See the head? It's only gonna be like one serving of broccoli, but the beans are going there. Need to harvest some of those. The strawberry over here, starting to ripen on some of them. Right there. But I need to get some sort of better system here because they're struggling with pests and stuff. But that's the garden, y'all. It's a lot. It's a work in progress. So we'll see you next time.